Well, here was the next day. We went to Caesarea. I pronounced it wrong the other time. To the Roman amphitheater where the Jews built a fortress and an amphitheater. And then on our way there, we saw the Caesarea Golf Club and condos. Well, of course, we saw them from the car, but oh my goodness, they look so gorgeous. This is definitely for rich people. It looks like the course has lots of hazards because the course is built on sand dunes of the Mediterranean Sea. So, I don't know, there must be some place to play. I'd like to try it. Then we went on to the real Caesarea. And this was built by Herod, who was a Jew, but he was working under the Romans. So he had to do two things, do what he thought was good for Jewish style and do what the Romans wanted him to do. And he even made his own private palace. Oh my God, we could see the stone pillars there. It wasn't there, of course, but the pillars were still, the columns were still there. He made it on a peninsula that was jutting out into the Mediterranean Sea, and I'm sure that it was something to see in its day. So that must have been one of his perks, to have his beautiful palace out there on the peninsula. We were told, go along the shore and look and see what you can find. And oh gosh, it's just loaded with pottery. Pottery. This whole land is pottery. You find pottery everywhere. But I didn't look for that. I looked for sea glass. And I found some green enough. And one large rounded, it had yellow and white blotches, piece of glass. It was rounded and it was about the size of my thumb. I have no idea where that came from, unless it came from some kind of glassware. It was very nice, and it looks kind of dull out of the water, but if you put water on it, it just jumps out at you. It's so pretty. Caesarea was built, and Herod he made a bay harbor, and you could fit 100 Roman ships in that harbor. And this was off of the Mediterranean Sea. And one arm of it went out with a long jetty thing there, and one arm went out the length of 6 football fields, and it curved in. It curved in like a fish's hook. And then to the right of that, on the other side of the harbor, he made another arm going out to the sea, and that was like 4 football fields, and that just went straight out. That didn't curve in. So there was an opening for the ships to come in and out. And Herod sent divers down. He sent divers down in the water to plant wood structures. And then he poured cement through tanned hides of animals. I don't know what kind. But the hides were sewn together, and they made like a giant straw. And then the cement was poured down into that straw, into the water, and it hardened under the water. You know, those Romans and those Jews were so smart. They invented so much. And, you know, at that time, to have divers go down and put platforms under, you know, it's just amazing. So then, in all that, we were there, and we saw a sheep herder on a horse coming, and we saw a kid with a staff, and there was 50 or 60 sheep, and the little Elizabeth yelled, "Sheep, sheep," you know, and we grabbed the cameras and we ran to take pictures, but the sheep ran also, and so did the guy on the horse and the kid with the stick. So no pictures. We were so close, but not close enough.